So I am just on a break at the moment, and what I'm being asked to accept as acceptable in nature is absolutely tearing me to bits. It's my body isn't working as it should, and that's fine, you know. That happens to all of us. But don't try and lie to me. And when I try and get up because there's no pain in the first instance, don't lie to me and then I try and walk and I'm walking like a duck, or walking like a donkey, or walking like a duck and a donkey. It really is like that. My legs, my body isn't as I understand it to work, and how I feel nature means it to work. There's a real concerted effort for it to be doing this. There's no way this is possible your ears can't really accept that, because well, I don't know the because, but I know if I was to watch somebody talk in that vein, there's a label that instantly gets put on them. Whack job. Whack job. They've lost it. There's a video on YouTube of a gentleman who said he was being messed with by the CIA. He was into computers and all of that stuff, and he committed suicide shortly after. And everybody else that speaks about being interfered with tends to wear tin foil on their heads, or goes by the name of K-Pax or something along those lines. And when I'm watching these instances from the past, you think to yourself, one, this person is in a real bad place. You can see the terror in them, you can see the shock in them, you can see the confusion in them, whether it's true or not. And to a certain extent you think they must have lost it, because you can't believe it's ever true that you're being interfered with by, well, who should be the good guys. I mean, I've been into conspiracies for a while, and if the CIA or one of those agencies it wasn't a homeland attack, 9/11, they have a very good track record of being considered as key suspects in it. I mean, some of the facts about what took place was just like, well, who's covering this up, man? One, who's covering it up, and two, the CIA have a track record of homeland attacks from the distant information that's come my way. I've not done research in that. In it, I don't like to do research in conspiracies. It's a very dense energy, dense subject matter. So again, who's going to watch this? But every so often you get a bit of information here, a bit of information there, and that bit of information repeats itself like 5-6 times. And you start to get a picture that, well, hang on a second, what the fuck happened to the CIA? And if they're now the bad guys, well, in this great capitalistic show that is modern national, well, just nations. You'd call this bit of land Britain, you call this bit of land whatever else, you call this bit of land something else, and you've got locations. Nobody owns them, it's just the location. You want to live in land 1, 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. It's when we start to claim it and state that you want to live here, you've got to do this, that and the other, dance this way, poo this way and eat your dinner the other way. In other words, we instigate unnatural laws upon the nature, or upon the collective shared natural law. Do we really need more law than natural law? Arguably in this world we do, because we're fucking idiots and we've forgotten ourselves. Given the past, I wouldn't trust myself not to go out and punch somebody for the first time in my life. No, a politician, a big pharma exec, and if there's no laws, well, I know I'm quite tame, so I can't imagine what would happen to some people. I can't imagine what would happen to me. It'd be all hell would break loose, wouldn't it? I'm trying to push through at the moment because I've got life pressures on me, and I've got the pressures of the work that needs to be done on the boat. And I'm ignoring this little annoyance, I'm ignoring that annoyance, I'm ignoring the other annoyance. And before I know it, I'm looking at my life and thinking, pardon myself, I'm thinking, this is insane. Where I am, there's no way I can be as calm as this, given all the things that are trying to piss me off right now. And then I get knocked off my centre. I'm no longer able to stay calm. So I've taken a break. That's the other thing. I mean, on one hand, I'm totally contradictory in what I've said, in what I say. You know, that I said I'd be smoking for 2 weeks, and that was what I was aiming for. But like everything in my life at the moment, my mental health is just messing me about, and I'm not able to assert my mind to anything in life. I don't know if you can imagine. Think about just having a smoke, or think about having a cup of tea or coffee or a cup of water, and saying to yourself, I'm gonna have a cup of water in the morning because that's what they recommend, and then a cup of water before bed, and not round my dinner time, and then one around midday. So you have 3-4 cups of water spaced out. Believe me, if you had my mental health disorder, it would find a way to stop you being able to do that. But it doesn't make sense to me, you know. It's like, what mental health disorder out there that exists stops you, so you stop yourself from doing the thing that you 100% want to do? it's not my mental health. I have to state it that it's my mental health, because if a consultant comes and speaks to me, he's not going to believe what I believe. But what I believe through stalking my mental health and stalking my life is that I'm being messed about with by another external consciousness. And I'm not referencing the CIA in this instance. Possibly my crazy fucking auntie in Cyprus, or my insane sister, or my Uncle Kos. I've had this all my life to a greater or lesser extent, and I've applied myself immeasurable amounts so I overcome it, like you would with dyslexia or something. And I've systemized it, you know. I know how to overcome this problem through hard work and effort. And it's just got to the point where this external consciousness wants to ruin my life to such an extent that it's everything. Everything I choose to do in the day gets interfered with. So the question is no longer, what do you want to do, Andreas? It's a case of, what do you absolutely need to do? And then out of what do you absolutely need to do, what can you let go of? And whatever's left, prioritize it, because you might not make it past the first or second one on the list. I don't know how to live through an insane application to this insanity. So in other words, you could say, all right, well, just do something you don't want to do. Well, isn't that a bit insane? I have a mental health disorder that people are more than happy to start sectioning me and pumping me full of chemicals with. That's like a living hell for me. I can start seeing myself applying little bits of mindset like that here and there to address this problem from my mental health and that problem from my mental health. And before I know it, my whole life is an application of insanity. Try and keep a very grounded body and mind and energy system and stay healthy when you're actively applying insanity. I'll be sectioned on medication before you can blink. I'm trying so effing hard already just to stay grounded, and all I'm doing is just being very simple in my decision making. I can't imagine what I'd be like if I was to start, I want to make a coffee. But if I want to make a coffee, let's make a tea, because then I can have a tea. You can hear it in me. There's a panic. There's a hysteria to the person, and in that hysteria, all we really want to do is sit down or lie down and do nothing. If you have to get up, fight through whatever it is you need to do. So that's my thinking, and I persist with that, but it is every little thing at the moment. And if I'm honest, it does go into wider aspects, because I understand that there's something not quite right about society and people. It's like my friend Kyle gave a talk once for somebody who was into the personal development element of theme. And I can't remember what the talk was about. I think it was on what I'm about to say, but in the description I remember reading the event organizer must have written a description on my friend Kyle, and he wrote, Kyle is one of the few people in this world that does what he wants. And I think that's what the subject of the talk was about. And one or two other elements that along the years have continued to add to that, it's like, again, my friend Kyle, he held a talk by a raw food expert. And, you know, you could see her approach was really grounded. Might not have been perfect, but it was, if you understand science, raw food is where it's at. And after a while, she said, the raw food stopped working for me and I had to stop it. And it's a bit like that with me at the moment. It's like I keep getting asked to stop things. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, yeah, but that's good for me. Why am I going to stop that? So I think there's something really sick about people applying their mind and will to life. And something in life stopping us. We don't deserve it. So many things that are fucked up about my own life and allow me to see how fucked up the world is. Look, I'm going to go off on a tangent and address some psychosis. I've been asking for new script writers, I say, to my life, because the monotony, you know what I'm trying to say, the boredom of the repetition of the suffering is really taking its toll. And in honesty, they seem to have tried to make a change in the past few days. They've structured my life and my circumstances so I can get up and get on. But you know, everything I've had to push through to maximum more before I fall over again. I'm not able to live like this. It's just like whoever's structuring and controlling our lives has seen that I'm a bit autistic and said, yeah, well, you know what, I could save some energy for myself. What I'll do is we'll just put a program on Andreas and he can go around in circles and he's happy doing what we can allow. He can get on with it. Imagination, even in the manner that we're made to suffer. I wanted to try and be positive over this change that's been instigated. I needed a positive. No, I didn't need positivity. I needed to be able to get on and positivity can help. So I've tried to embody that positivity to my best effort. But in honesty, it's just gone to shit again. Just like the terror in me of last week was debilitating. I was paralyzed. I was bedbound. Then all of this change happened, including my eyes being interfered with. I say that because the eyes are the soul. So somebody's really messing with me on a very, very fundamental level. But the need on the outside to get on overweighs everything at the moment. But in honesty, because I've not really been allowed to get up and get on, it's like I managed to do 2 hours yesterday and the 2 hours the day before, and today I'm back in the same place as I really was last week. It's taken me the best part of a day to put up some shelves. I'm pretty sure I could have done it in an hour and a half, 2 hours. If I had my physical health, if I had my body, I wasn't walking like a duck and a donkey. I'm paralyzed again. The terror's set in. It's just not functional. on the flip side, and the more positive side, I think I'm a little bit more certain in terms of Syrians, not the country, but the aliens, Syrians. From the Sirius star system, the Sirius A, the Sirius B. And I've thought it in the past, I've managed to identify one type of Syrian. They tend to be quite tall. And I think over the past week I'm getting more and more certain that there's also a shorter Syrian. So there's two types of Syrian bodies when they incarnate as humans. I was watching Lionel Messi when he gave his Ballon d'Or speech. I believe that he's Syrian, but the shorter Syrians. I could be wrong, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure. I'll hold it in mind and keep working at it. And over time I'll be more and more sure. Yeah, no, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with my life, you know. There's no effort in the script in the first place, and there's been no effort in the attempt to change anything. My mental health wants me to make parallels with the coronavirus and the new variant and everything else, but I can't deal with this at all to be able to think about anything else.